Welcome back everybody. It's Natalie, it's Hotshot Adventures. Woo, I'm sorry you guys, I've been like a little bit MIA. I've been doing a major remodel on my yard here in Southern California. It's been just a lot to get done. So the last couple weeks has just been yard remodel and very exciting. Almost have it done. We put in about 80 tons of gravel base, and now I need to just order gravel and get that installed or spread out as well. But very exciting. So I'm sorry I've been gone, been a little bit busy. And really quick, before we get into today's video, if you guys have not called Mary, if you need help setting up your LLC, if you need help establishing your transportation company, if you need help with compliance, if you need help with, referrals to insurance companies and dispatch service, and, if you're looking to expand your transportation company and hire on drivers or things like that, give Mary a call. She is, like I said, worth her weight in gold. I use Mary. She is an up and up person to work with. I don't tell you guys about people that I have not worked with personally myself, and I have worked with her. She is absolutely wonderful. The phone number is here for you guys if you want to call Mary, and again, the phone number is also going to be in the description to this video. There's a lot of other links in the description to all of my videos that you guys may or may not know about, but they are all there. I won't go over each and every one. Check them out. If you hit the description to this video, you're welcome to check them out and see what I've got going on, and that stuff may or may not help you in your journey and your adventure. So, getting into this video, you guys, if you've watched, probably some other channels I'm sure have talked about it. I have definitely been talking about it to my guys and girls in my Patreon, through my Patreon. I haven't done a video on it yet. I've been meaning to for probably 6 or more weeks. I don't know, a long time. I hadn't gotten to it, but today's the day, you guys. Let's go over the new federal law that is going into play. Now, this law is going to make it mandatory for anybody who wants to get their CDL, their commercial driver's license, anybody who wants to get a CDL, it is now going to be mandatory as of February 7th, 2022. It is going to be mandatory that they go through an FMCSA approved truck driving school. So that means no longer can you go to the DMV and test with Uncle Bob in his truck, his big rig, or his hotshot truck, or whatever. As of February, we will no longer be able to kind of do it on our own type deal. It will be mandatory that we go to a truck driving school. Now, I understand the reasoning for this, right? The feds are trying to make this mandatory, so hopefully more safe drivers, commercial drivers, will start to get on the road. But in doing that, it also creates some other issues, right? I always tell you guys there's pros and cons to everything. Well, there's pros to that. Hopefully we will see some insurance costs drop, but I'm sure we won't see it anytime soon. But hopefully we will be getting safer drivers, safer commercial drivers on the road. And hopefully we'll see insurance rates will drop because we are having safer drivers that can drive better and safer on the road. But the cons to that are for those of us who already kind of struggle with the cost of a truck driving school. Well, guess what? As of February, I'm sure the costs are going to go up exponentially. In addition to the costs going up, it's not only going to be the cost of truck driving school that's going to go up, it's also going to be the length of time for you to get through a truck driving school. Now, the FMCSA has to approve a truck driving school. So, just to let you guys know, if you are planning on doing this, if your timeline to start your business or to get your CDL leads you into after February 7th of next year, the cost is going to be more, but also the time it's going to take you to get through a truck driving school is going to be more. Now, just because you're going to a truck driving school, also note it must be an FMCSA approved truck driving school. So that means you'll need to make sure when you're looking at truck driving schools, you'll need to ask them and not only take their word for it, but double check through the FMCSA website that they are an approved, FMCSA approved truck driving school. Now, this is after February 7th, 2022. If you are doing things on your own right now, it is November 10th. If you guys have an opportunity to kind of DIY your CDL, get it done on your own, you can go to any DMV or DPS or whatever they're called in your state. You can go take the written tests, and if you know somebody or if you can hire somebody to utilize their time and equipment in order to go again to take your physical, your actual test, your driving test through, like I said, DMV or whoever, you can still get this done before February 7th. So that's not only going to save you time, that's going to save you money. Now, if you can just go and get your permit before February 7th, you are still clear to take your actual driving test after February 7th. Now, what does this mean for us, right? It's a good thing, like I said, safety, okay, yada, yada, all that good stuff. But we're gonna see a huge influx. You know, DMV is already backed up in many states. It was backed up before COVID. And then after COVID, it got even worse, right? The DMV in the state of California shut down completely for several weeks. Now, after that, it's still backed up. So the appointment times right now for California, depending on which DMV you go to, could be anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks out just to take a driving test, or even to just go in to do the written test to get your permit. So the feds were kind enough, right, to make it to where if you get your permit before February 7th, you're still okay, you know, to test whenever your state has the appointments, and you can go and test after February 7th. So what does this mean for us, right, that already have our transportation company established and we're already ready to run? Hopefully, what I see that this means is the amount of DOT numbers that are handed out on a daily or weekly basis is probably going to decline, because drivers are going to have to go get their CDLs, right, and then get back on the road, or get their CDL first and then establish their business. So we're going to see a decrease, most likely we're going to see a decrease in the amount of carriers that are just getting started and the amount of DOT numbers that are being handed out. And hopefully what that's going to mean is we're going to see a decrease in the available trucks. When you go and do a load search on the load boards, right, and you see the truck to load ratio, right, hopefully we're going to see a decline in the truck to load ratio, meaning there's going to be less trucks available and more loads available. So for those of us that are already ready for this, I'm thinking that this is going to lead to higher rates and more load availability on the load board, as well as more opportunity to find direct customers, right? I'm always telling you guys, and I'm gonna do another video on that as well, but I'm always telling you guys, you know, I utilize the load board to fill up my truck. I don't rely on it 100%. And there are reasons for that. And I'll do a video on that for you guys too. But what that's going to mean is longer waits and longer, you know, times to get into the DMV office, and hopefully it's going to mean better rates for those of us who are ready, for those of us who already have our CDL or are already set up, we're already legal to run loads. It's hopefully going to mean like just a huge, you know, the load gods will just shine upon us and just drop loads all all throughout this winter, hopefully, and well into next year, well into what is historically called, quote unquote, the slow the slow, season. I don't really find a slow season for me personally. I've been able to keep busy, and find loads, all the time. But, a lot of people talk about the slow season. Not necessarily, at least in my area, but of course, SoCal, I am blessed with beautiful sunny weather, even on Christmas Day and New Year's Day and all of that good stuff. So again, the slow season that people talk about, you got to look at the geographics when people do talk about that. So hopefully, you guys, if you are looking at getting your CDL, hopefully this helps you. Hopefully it puts a little bit of a, lights a little bit of a fire under your feet, because the time is now. The time was last month. The time is definitely now. If you haven't started it, go ahead and look into it now. Even if you plan on going to a truck driving school, right now, you can go to any truck driving school you want. It doesn't matter if they're FMCSA approved or not. And right now, if you are looking at going into a school, right now the rates are still more realistic or reasonable. Now, next year, after February, everything's gonna go up. Also, looking ahead, you guys, this is just, for me, I kind of see the writing on the wall, so to speak. For me, this is probably gonna lead into more regulation. So more than likely, the days of non-CDL hotshot are going to probably very quickly go away. This law, in my eyes, is just the beginning. Right now, a few states that have adapted what California started. California is a state that if your trailer has a GVWR of 10,000 pounds or more, you must have a CDL. Now, if you come into California with a non-CDL setup and your GVWR on your trailer is 12,000 pounds, will you, get stopped and get punished at every weigh station? You may or you may not. Not everybody is looking out for that, but just to let you know, yes, you run the risk of getting in trouble. And if you are pulled over for an inspection and you do not have a CDL, even though you are from out of state, you must comply with the state of California's rules and regulations. And that may mean that you are not able to leave that weigh station until a CDL holder can come and pick up your rig for you. So that's something that California started, and there are at least a few other states that also are with that law. One of them is Oklahoma that I know of. Another one is North Carolina that I know of. If your trailer has a GVWR of more than 10,000 pounds, then you must have a CDL, regardless of the GCWR of your rig, meaning if it's under the combined, right, of your truck and trailer, your combined weight, if it is 26,000 pounds, even if your trailer is over 10,000 pounds, you can and may get in trouble if you go into those states. So what I see is this law is just going to kind of set the tone for more regulation. I believe that even though this is a federal law, I think that probably later on down the line in the next several years, we will see more and more states adapt to that 10,000 GVWR or more on a trailer is going to require a CDL. Now, right now, this is a federal law, but each state may make their own laws. So if you guys are running non-CDL and you just want to get ahead of this, just so that you can keep yourself in the clear and not have to deal with any laws or any regulation that comes your way later on down the line in the years to come, get it now before it is mandatory. Even if you want to keep running your non-CDL rig, but you have a CDL, you're fine. You can run whatever rig you want. With a CDL, you can run any rig you want. And then you're free and clear. You can go to any state you want to go to. You can fully operate and you're fully compliant with that CDL. So I hope this helps you guys. I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe out there, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.